Good afternoon, it's your friendly sandwich man, and today's topic of conversation is quality of produce served in British cafes. Now, I often check the comments, and the same sort of people leave the same sort of comments: cheap ingredients, crap food, shitty cafe, blah blah blah, the usual spiel. And again, as I've proven time and time again, these people are just so clueless when it comes to running and operating a business. Personally, I use an incredibly expensive sausage meat to create our pork and herb sausage meat patties. This is delivered to us direct from a butcher. It's got an incredibly high pork meat content, and it's mixed with herbs and spices to create an incredibly aromatic pork patty. A lot of people seem to look down on sandwich shops and cafes and delis that use slightly cheaper products. And I do understand why they do that. Me personally, I like to be sort of in the mid ground. We use, as butchers, craft patties, eggs that we use for salads, for sandwiches. We have these delivered to us from a farm once or twice a week, as fresh as you can possibly have it. This falls straight out of a chicken's ass, straight onto bread cake. Now, for me personally, at home, a condiment is a condiment. I don't care if it's Heinz, if it's Aldi, it makes no difference to me. But when you're charging somebody for a product, you do want to use quality ingredients. And, we do use quality condiments, HP and Heinz. Not forgetting the UK's greatest relish, Endos. And as I have mentioned in several videos, times are incredibly difficult for the hospitality sector, especially cafes, bars, delis, eateries, that sort of thing. So, from somebody that owns a business, I fully understand why some places would use economy sort of products. And if that's what customers want and if that's their target market, then that's absolutely fantastic for them. If they can do that, brilliant. Again, for me personally, I like to use the slightly more expensive branded products. And I mean, again, these are sort of like mid-tier, and you can get Stornoway black pudding and a lot of other black puddings that are probably a lot better than Bury black pudding. But for me, Bury black pudding, it's a traditional British black pudding. It's very well known and it's within our budget. It's also absolutely disgusting. Whereas spam, on the other hand, one of my favourite ever tinned meats, fried spam. I've mentioned it before in other videos. This is so expensive to buy in comparison to a lot of the other meats that we sell. This works out roughly a slice of spam the same price as one of our 90% pork herb sausage meat patties, and they work out roughly, depending how thick we do them, around about 50 to 60 pence each. Spam, again, depending on thickness, we do it quite thick, is around about 45p, sometimes a little bit more if we get a bit excited when we're slicing it. Now, one of the biggest factors for any sandwich shop, for me personally, is the bread. We use bread cakes. Our bakery is less than a quarter of a mile from our premises. It's been there for 110 years. It's been baking in the same location, the same business. I don't know if it's the same family that's continued it. As bread is baked at middle at night time, delivered to us still warm at around about 5, 6 a.m. Fresh every single day. You can still see the flour on it, look. Look at that. I'll get jump scare Julie to sweep that up. But again, for me, a good sandwich is a soft bread cake. It's got to be spongy. It's got to be soft, quality. I personally wouldn't eat at a cafe that goes to a supermarket to buy the bread cakes. The bread cakes that are made to last several weeks in a packet. For me, no. If you're charging a decent price for food, you want to try and give the customers the best possible ingredients that you can. And fresh baked bread is one of those ingredients. And one thing that a lot of our subscribers and followers mention is how transparent I am as a business owner in a sector that most of the UK enjoy, i.e. sandwiches. Our ash browns, for example, aren't branded. These are Asda's own brand ash browns. You can get a lot better ash brown out there, but these, for me, are absolutely fantastic. I think they're about £2 to buy for 15. So I could quite happily go and buy top branded ash browns if I really wanted to, or make my own. But again, that's time consuming. It's not feasible. So some of our products we do get from major supermarkets. Not much, but we do. Now, I know there's hundreds and hundreds of cafes in this country that do use economy, cheap, awful sausages and bacon and fake spam and all this other stuff. Me personally, I don't have an issue with that as a customer, as long as that's reflected in the price that it's being sold to me at. I'm not going to pay £7 for a bacon and sausage sandwich if it's the real poor quality sausage, the really thin, watery bacon. If anything, I'd want a Lincolnshire sausage and some decent bacon. I like Danish bacon for that sort of price. But again, because of how difficult it is, and again, not every cafe and sandwich shop's as fortunate as we are with the social media following and the earnings that come with social media and the merchandise and the cameos and all that sort of thing. So I do understand that they have to cut the cloth accordingly. But the one thing that it does wind me up, I try to ignore it, is when people are in my comments saying that we use the cheapest, nastiest products, when that is so not true. My friends, my wife, my son, my family, people that I've known for years, we've got a lot of celebrity admirers, we get a lot of food reviewers, these TikTokers, a lot of YouTubers come to our shop. It serves no purpose for me to serve up absolute dross. This is my reputation on the line. I'm a business owner that cares about my business and about my reputation, and I'm very, very thankful for the following that we've grown and the business that we've grown, and I want that to continue and to grow even more eventually. Maybe franchising, opening another location. I don't know. Maybe I'm sort of like running before I can walk, but and I just feel as though I've built this channel based around being an honest business owner, and again in a sector that a lot of people appreciate, i.e. food. I'm very open with regards to profits on certain things and regards to expenditure. I think if I'm wanting people to invest in my channel, invest in me as a social media person or a business person, or to come down to the shop, honesty is always the best policy. And again, I do see a lot of comments from people saying, why are you telling us this information? Nobody cares. So what if nobody cares? This isn't necessarily for your benefit. I enjoy filming videos. I enjoy putting the good and the bad about the business out there. And if people want to watch that and it resonates with them, that's absolutely fantastic. And if it don't, who cares? It's not cost you all, has it? But I will tell you something. I will give away a little tip now. Beans. The one product that a British person loves on a breakfast sandwich is beans. And for me, Heinz, Branston, countless other brands of beans have absolutely nothing on this particular brand, and I'm going to give away now our brand of beans. Are you ready for this? They're absolutely gorgeous. Flavors, baked beans. These are just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Not too sweet, not too tart. There's just honestly, if I could take that to them and have a big tin of beans on toast to them, I'd do that. Oh, they're imported by a place in South Yorkshire, Monk Breton. Where's that? S71. S70, is that Barnsley? I don't know. But yeah, they're imported in South Yorkshire. See, you learn something new on every video, don't you? But yeah, they are fantastic beans then. So again, thank you for watching. I really enjoy sharing the ins and outs with regards to running a sandwich business. I think it's really important to share these things that a lot of people that use sandwich shops sort of get a bit of an insight and understanding surrounding the running of a busy little back street sandwich shop or cafe, as some like to know. Oh, HP. So thank you for watching. If you're interested in sandwich shop content, food challenges, oversized sandwiches, patties, that's my catchphrase by the way, then please subscribe to our channel, click the bell so you're notified when I post a new video. Really appreciate it. Thank you to those of you that watch this. Thank you to the trolls for still engaging, even though you hate us so much. You're all fantastic. And as always, viva la power!